So you're plotting a new course to get healthy, find true love, and pay down your student loans, but for whatever reason, you keep calling your ex to Netflix and chill, reaching for the chips, and going on the 800 Target run of the week. What gives? Hey, and welcome to the Wanderluster, where together we explore topics that will help you live a life on your own terms and craft a sense of adventure and wonder into your everyday. Today we're going to be talking about what happens when you're sabotaging your goals, because chances are, if you're like me, you've done it, and you might be looking for a little bit of insight as to why you keep screwing yourself over. So if that's you, keep on watching. So you've made a commitment that you are going to get healthy, you're going to find true love, you're going to pay down your loans, save up for something awesome, maybe go see Paris, I don't know, something really cool that you've always been wanting to do, but every time you feel like you're taking a step forward, you end up taking like 5 steps back. Is that you? I know, I've been there. I have fallen off the get healthy bandwagon more times than I care to share with you on YouTube, but I think I could probably speak to this, and I finally made healthy living a part of my life, and I've had my share of setbacks and self-sabotage. So if that's you, I hope this video is helpful. First things first, if you feel that you're self-sabotaging your goals, the first thing you'll have to do is recognize your place in your behavior. Yeah, that's you. But if you're watching this video, chances are you already have. But so many people think that life simply happens to them. They set a goal and they don't understand why they didn't hit it. Chances are you are the one standing in the way of your own success. So first, recognize your role in your success or failure and own it. It's all good. We all screw up. The second thing to recognize is your trigger. Yeah. So if you're having a hard time figuring out, okay, I set a goal to go to the gym and all last week I did not go to the gym, what went wrong? Recognize your goal, number one, and number dos, figure out, okay, so on Tuesday I wanted to go to the gym, and in the morning I made a plan to go to the gym, but then I had a really crappy day at work and my boss yelled at me, and when I got home I felt that I deserved to not go to the gym, and I instead decided to have a Netflix and ice cream night. That's totally fine, but you have to recognize what's derailing your behavior and own that behavior, because it's you who is doing it, right? So, if you felt triggered by a bad day at work, you're going to have to figure out what is that causing you to do that's not aligning you with your goals, right? That leads me into my next point. The next thing you need to do, if you've recognized your triggers, let's say you wanted to go to the gym, but you had a crummy day at work and decided to eat ice cream instead, you will need to figure out your then situation. So, I recognized several things that keep me from getting to the gym. Bad day at work, not having my laundry done so I have gym clothes, or forgetting to meal prep ahead of time because now I have to cook dinner and I'm eating way too late to get to the gym because I have a full tummy at 8 o'clock p.m. and I'm not making strides to get to the gym. You have to identify, if this happens, I do this. You've already made great strides in identifying your triggers, but now you need to figure out what happens when you are triggered and you need to rework that behavior. So, for instance, if you know that you have a bad day at work, trigger, what's gonna happen next? Typically, you lean on ice cream and Netflix as your solace for a really crummy boss, but if you decided you no longer want to engage in that behavior, if I have a bad day at work, I will do this instead. Instead of going to Netflix and ice cream, I will maybe have a very quick Netflix episode, and then while I'm watching Netflix, I lace up my shoes and I get my butt out the door. If this happens, then I do this. But you would be surprised at the power of recognition with your triggers and figuring out a way to positively reroute that behavior, but it takes some practice. Or if I run out of gym clothes and I didn't do laundry, and that's my excuse not to get to the gym, okay, well, could I just work out and like something else at home? Could I do a DVD? Could I watch a YouTube video with like Vlogalattis or Love Sweat Fitness? Could I do something at home, even some light yoga stretches in my pajamas to work around that behavior? So, or, you know, even better still, okay, I realize that consistently I don't have gym clothes ready. I need to be doing laundry on Sunday night, otherwise I'm screwed the rest of the week. You need to identify those triggers and those if-then situations to help you keep moving forward. So if you find that you're still self-sabotaging, you've identified some if-then situations, and you also know what triggers typically lead you down the dark road of texting your ex, not paying your student loans off as aggressively as you'd liked, or getting to the gym, anything you want to work on, you need to enlist the help of your tribe, your people. And I know so many of us feel that we can just simply take on our goals ourselves or deal with some of our negative self-sabotaging behavior completely alone, because we really don't want to point out to our friends that, yeah, I've been texting him again and he's a real jerk, but I miss him and I'm lonely. Nobody really wants to admit our shortcomings, but I have to tell you, if you want to make progress and you find that you are the one keeping you from that, being honest with yourself and honest with the people closest to you will help keep you accountable. Part of that wonderful if-then situation type thing we talked about a second ago is to have an if-then situation for your tribe. If I realize I'm indulging in self-sabotaging behavior, I can either A, reroute the behavior, or call my accountability buddy. I can never say that. I'm gonna call my buddy and tell them what I'm about to do. Make sure that they're aware that A, they're gonna check on you and make sure you're moving towards your goal. And also, if you feel you're about to relapse, give them a call, send them a text, or shoot them an email. Just the act of doing that might be able to keep you on track and help you consistently and in a healthy way identify your self-sabotaging behavior. So I know it's embarrassing, but tell your friends that you're working on getting healthy. You want to completely cut off your toxic ex, or maybe you're gonna try and double your student loan repayments. Whatever that goal is, get your tribe on board, and it will be so helpful to help you get out of your own way. The final thing that has been super helpful for me in identifying and working past self-sabotaging behavior is the 5-second rule. The 5-second rule is not just the thing you do when you drop something on the floor and still really want to eat it. It's actually a really cool behavioral trick that you can use to trick yourself and your brain into doing something positive for yourself. Now, this 5-second rule was popularized by Mel Robbins. I have her book right here. I highly recommend you pick it up. It is really, really life-changing. And what she talks about in the 5-second rule is the fact that our brains are hardwired to do things that are easy and familiar and safe for us. This is exactly how throughout time we've been able to avoid bloodthirsty tigers by staying in our safe little village or doing things that we know are safe in order to survive. But now that we've kind of evolved past the time of saber-toothed tigers and warring villages, we kind of need to do things consistently that challenge our behaviors and challenge the way we see the world, which means that our brains kind of are wired to work against us. The 5-second rule comes in handy in the fact that whenever you've identified you're about to sabotage yourself or you're about to not take action on something you should be doing, you count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just go ahead and do it before your brain can talk you out of it. It's the 5-second rule, and it's actually really handy. So next time you find that you know you need to go to the gym and your brain starts kicking in with the self-sabotaging behavior of, oh, but you went to the gym yesterday, or no, but you had a really bad day and your boss is a jerk, or wouldn't it be better to just text your friends and scroll on Instagram instead? Before you can allow your brain an inch to talk you out of what you know you need to do, count down from 5 and like a rocket ship, get the heck out of there. Put your shoes on, get out the door, call the person you need to be accountable, and get going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Before you can talk yourself out of it is absolutely essential to be able to stop sabotaging yourself, and I highly recommend you pick up Mel's book. It is really good, and I mean, it seems like a really simple trick, right? Counting down from 5 should be so simple, but you, chances are spending more than 5 seconds talking yourself out of something, maybe a couple minutes, but 5 seconds. Simply take this 5 seconds to talk yourself out of it. I will link this book below. It has been absolutely life-changing for me. I absolutely love it. And whenever I feel that I'm about to, I don't know, scroll on Target.com and buy a bunch of stuff I don't need, when I'm about to talk myself out of going to the gym, when I'm about to text somebody I know is really toxic for me, I count down from 5 and I get moving. Anyway, guys, I hope these tips were helpful for you. All of us indulge in self-sabotage, especially because our brains are wired against us. They want us to do what's safe, what's familiar, what's habitual, and sometimes we are our own worst enemy in moving the needle forward and getting to where we need to go. So if that's you, I've been there, and I hope these tips were helpful. They're tried and tested by yours truly, and I hope you'll implement them. If you're working on anything that you've been sabotaging yourself about, I hope you'll take a second to be honest honest with me and leave them in the comment section below. I'll just be honest with you, one of the things I self-sabotaged about quite a bit was even starting this YouTube channel. I had so many excuses, thousands of what would be considered pretty valid excuses. I'm afraid to be on camera. I have to do my makeup. I really don't want to set up the equipment today. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. 1,000 million excuses, but I knew in my heart I really wanted to start YouTubing because I wanted to help other people who are on a path like I am. And yeah, your girl knows about the self-sabotage, let me tell you. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please hit that subscribe button below. Leave me a comment. I absolutely want to hear from you. I'm going to be uploading new videos every single week, and I would love to have you join me on this journey. So I will see you next time, guys. Thanks.